Hello guys and welcome to Belgium. We just arrived to Brussels. It's 6 p.m. and we were supposed to arrive like 1 hour earlier, but our bus was a bit delayed from Paris, so here we are a bit later than expected. Luckily, sunset is around 10 p.m, so we have still a long day. And it's my first time now in Belgium, so I'm of course excited to see around. Let's go! After almost 5 hours in the bus, we were so hungry, so we went to eat in a place called Wolf. And it's interesting because in 2019, this space was converted from an old bank to a food court. And there are so many food options from all over the world. We wanted to try something local, so we took one Belgian meal and another plate was some African mixed food. That was also very nice. We headed to the main square first, that is called the Grand Place, or in Dutch Grote Markt, and it got named after the big market that was held here ever since the 12th century. The existing buildings on the square are from 1600s, but you will notice that all of them have a lot of golden details, which was the symbol of showing off the wealth back in the days. Another interesting thing about Belgium in general is that they don't have their own Belgian language. People here mostly speak French or Dutch, depending on the area, but Brussels is officially bilingual, so all the street signs, for example, are written in both languages. Let's walk the rainbow. We passed by the very famous statue in Brussels, and that's the Manneken Pis, or the peeing statue. And often they even dress up the statue in various costumes, so that's funny. You made my day. You know that you made my day. You made Belgium better. You're so sweet. We continued walking around that area more until it was the sunset time, so we headed to the Mount of Arts for the better view. Guys, look at the sunset. At the end of the day, we passed through the Galerie de la Reine, or the Queen's Gallery, and this is a passage with many souvenir and chocolate shops. And even though many of them were already closed because it was quite late, it was still interesting to see all of these shops. Our luxury breakfast. Good morning! Now we are going towards the train station in Brussels and we're gonna take a train and go to Ghent. Today we should explore a bit more of the city and I'm excited because I heard it's way prettier than Brussels, so let's see. The good thing about trains in Belgium is that they go very often and there is no need to book a ticket in advance if you are just going to another city, because prices are always the same. And if you're under 26, you can get a cheaper ticket, so that's even better. And because Belgium is not a huge country, just after 30 minutes we were already in Ghent. So we made it to Ghent with our backpacks. We still have around 2 hours to check in into our place. So until then we have to be like this. It's a bit heavy, but after just a short walk, I can already say I like Ghent more than Brussels. Maybe it's the water effect, but also the size of the city. And even though it seems small, it's the third largest city in Belgium after Brussels and Antwerp. The whole city has a very chill vibe, and it reminded me a bit of Copenhagen and Amsterdam. While waiting for our Airbnb, we wanted to finally try some Belgian fries, and here they are considered as the full meal, not a side, and that's because they come with different toppings, and I love the one we tried with the beef stew. Truffle sauce and what other? Classic. For the next 2 days we are going to be staying on a boat, so I'm going to show you now how it looks like, but it's so cute. And we're going to be sleeping here in Ghent, even though tomorrow we are going to go to Bruges. I'm so excited. This is actually our second time staying on a boat, so it's not like a first time experience, but it's still super cute and it looks very, very nice. We are in the harbor kind of, so it's not a moving boat. Always a nice experience. So here we are. It's actually a huge boat. I don't know if you can see from here, I guess not. But we are going to be staying in this part, and I think the hosts are actually living on the other side of the boat, so that's cool. Here is the entrance, and then we have this little table that probably we're not gonna use for anything, but it's funny because bed is there, and then here we have a window where actually now our host told us to be careful because there is a little mama duck here, so she's laying on her eggs currently, and like we're not gonna bother her. It's so cute. And then here is a small kitchen and a bathroom, but everything is in this wooden color and it's so cute. I mean, also the kitchen, I'm not sure if we're gonna use it, but I love these small boat windows. And then we also have like a bathroom. I mean, it looks totally decent for a boat bathroom. And yeah, that's it from this little boat tour. So this is my outfit, and now let's go eat some waffles. We were ready to explore Ghent, but on the way decided to make a little stop near the castle, and I tried the cherry beer. I'm not a fan of beer at all, but this one was so sweet and had almost no taste of a beer. So I officially called this my favorite drink of this trip. We walked around the canals and it all looked like we stepped into a fairy tale book. You can see it yourself, but these medieval looking houses are so cute, and I really like the architecture of the whole city. We visited the famous graffiti street and Pattershall neighborhood, where you will find some of the oldest buildings and very narrow cobblestone streets. This weekend there was also a festival with all kinds of street food from all over the world, so the city was pretty much alive but still not so crowded. And at the end of our walk we decided to go and get some food. We grabbed some pizza and decided to sit by the canal until the sunset. Well, good morning everybody. This is today's outfit. Unfortunately, even though it's 25 degrees, it gets quite windy, so I have to have a little something to wear on top. We are still in Ghent, but we are going to go to take the train to Bruges, and people say it's even more beautiful. I loved Ghent, it's so nice, so let's see if I'm gonna like Bruges even more. Today is not so sunny, but it's still warm, and I'm so happy that this is the weather. So now we're just gonna have a little breakfast here, and then we're gonna catch a train to Bruges. And also, I love boats so much. I think I could literally live on a boat. She's so cute, look at her. Last day of this trip we are spending in Bruges, but before we start the walk I really needed some waffles and coffee. The first impression of the city is that there are a lot of cobblestone streets, canals and medieval houses, and what I didn't know is that the historical center is a UNESCO site, and even the swans in the canals are protected by the law. Along with some other cities in the north like Amsterdam, it is called Venice of the North because of all the canals, but of course Venice has a special place in my heart, so I wouldn't compare it. Walking around and enjoying the views, we bumped into this interesting shop full of souvenirs like biscuits, beer, chocolate, and also the souvenirs inspired by the famous Belgian cartoons that I'm sure we all watched at some point. We passed through the main square, again called the Great Market, like in Brussels, and we took some Polaroid pictures in it and just took a rest before walking a bit more. I feel like you don't need a specific plan for exploring Bruges, so I would just recommend walking around and discovering all the small canals and streets like we did, and trying to find some quiet corners away from the main square and the crowd. Before going back to Ghent, we took a walk in the park by the Lake of Love and crossed the Bridge of Lovers. I don't know if this is for good luck, but it was just an interesting thing to do. And when we arrived to Ghent, we actually ended up watching the Champions League game because my boyfriend, of course, wanted to watch. So we went to this local Irish pub. So after, we just took one last walk before going back home. And that would be it for this mini vlog. I hope you liked it and thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!